Now we can move on to the analysis portion of the phase for our test subject, which was the cardboard box. So we have all of our images from our Raspberry Pi. We transfer them to our computer so we can begin analysis. So first things first, we head right over to PyCharm and go to our color picker, and we want to make sure that we can pick the right HSV values to properly isolate our red line laser. So we're going to be looking at the picture at 330 degrees, and so let's just run this code real quick, and let's make sure we have the right thresh. So let's start with this guy, and it looks like this 150 seems about good. And then this guy doesn't really seem to be doing too much, so we'll leave that there. And that seems good to me. So with these HSV values locked in, let's go over to the data generation place. I already put in the HSV values from before. And so let's let this code run in the background while I kind of talk about what's going on. And so first things first, really important thing was, after we already put in our HSV values, we want to make sure that RO and RPC values reflect what we found on the earlier homework. And so these values are really important because they make sure that our LiDAR sensor is as accurate as possible. Same thing goes with the height here. And so basically what this code is doing here is after we've already imported all those different images from our Raspberry Pi, put them in a folder, we're going to be going through each one of them that is a JPEG and trying to take the XYZ points from them and store it in a test results text file. So you can see that kind of going on over here. So it's going through each JPEG one by one, and it's starting to store those values into a text file for us. So this is going to take some time, and luckily I already did it for us. And so we can go on to the MATLAB portion. So once that text file has been made, we can just make sure that we are properly importing the right thing. So here we have alignment images test, which is what we wanted, and the test results from there. And so when you run this code, we end up with the following plots. And whoop, there we go. And so awesomely enough, it looks exactly like what you would expect. So a cardboard box, so this part is raised, flat, and so you can clearly see what would it look like if there was a box there. What's really cool is it was actually detailed enough that you could see, oh, and it looks like our data generation code ended up finishing. So let's get back to this. So as I was saying, you can even see kind of the ridges inside the door. So that's just kind of cool detail that the LiDAR sensor was able to pick up. And so yeah, this is our analysis. We got exactly what we'd like to look for. And so yeah, there you go.